Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Friday Family Maths. Looking forward to teaching you some games to help you learn your Master of Maths facts. Okay, so for today's family fun, you're going to need some playing cards. If you haven't got playing cards, you might have a game of Uno, which will work just as well, and some dice. Now, I know a lot of these things went out in packs last year, so you may have some lying around. If you haven't got dice, maybe look if you've got any board games, can you find a couple of dice from there? Just remember to put them back at the end so you can play your board game next time. Okay, we'll start with the playing cards. Now for this game, I've just spent a minute sorting out my cards. So I've taken out all my picture cards, any jokers, queens, jacks and kings, and I'm going to lay those to one side for the minute. Year 6 and Year 5, you might need those later. So if you're starting with the red card, all I'd like you to do is pick out a card and then either add one or take away one. Maybe if you've got big brothers or sisters, they could help you to do this. So turn it upside down, let's have a look. Okay, so the ace, that's a 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 4 plus 1 will be 5. 8 plus 1 will be 9. And so on. When you're feeling confident with adding one, maybe try and take away one. 9 take away 1 is 8. 2 take away 1 is 1. Had to think about that one. So you can practice your oranges and yellows together. You might want to take out some of the cards that are a little bit tricky, like the 9s and the 10s, and leave those to one side. Then I would deal hand. So each player has an equal pile. Right, I'm going to have to play against myself, so I'm going to have to be quite good. Like in Snap, turn over the cards at the same time. 4 add 1 is 5. The first person to add them together gets to keep those cards. Right, let's try again. 8 add 4 is 12. And remember, if you don't know 8 plus 4 yet, you take your 8 and then you can count on the smaller number, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's the lovely thing about playing cards. They've actually got each number represented in objects that you can count up. Okay, I think this hand won that time, so I'm going to give those to that hand. Right, let's try one more time. 7 and 3, oh, that's a number bond. That's going to be 10. Right, I think that's that hand. So the person to win is the person who either ends up with all the cards, or when you stop playing, the person with the bigger pile. So that is a very easy game to play. Hopefully most people have cards at home. Now, thinking about our times tables. Now this works for any of your times tables. So I need my 9s and 10s back. And if you want to challenge yourself, a jack can equal an 11. And a queen can equal a 12. So you can times by all of those numbers. Let me show you how it works. So this is one just to play by yourself. Right, I'm going to start with my 2 times table, nice and simple. So I turn over the 10. 2 times 10 is 20. Great. If I'm not sure, I can check it. I can check it using my answer sheet. Right. 9 times 2 is 18. 10 times 2 is 20. 7 times 2 is 14, and so on. If you do want to play it, if you're lucky enough to have somebody to play against, maybe you could say 1 times 2 is 2. Oh, that was a nice easy one. Whoever gets that one right can then hold that card, and again, the winner's going to be the person with the most cards at the end. Okay, now, for people who are working quite high up and are going to be challenged by any of the times tables, you can put 2 down together. 3 times 8. Okay, have a think about it. What does 3 times 8 equal? That's right, 3 times 8 is 24. Okay, so whoever guessed that one first can keep that set of cards. Okay, next 2 cards. 8 times 4, oh, we like the 8 times tables today. So 8 times 4 is going to be 32. 7 times 5 is 35. And so on, just turning them over and working out the times table and keeping a pile to show how well you're doing it. And again, the more you practice, the better at that you will get. So those are our games using the using the cards rather. You can either use them to add, or you can use them to do your times tables. Again, like I said, year 6, I'd expect you to be putting in the jack for an 11 times your times table. Oh, I can't find one now. A queen for your 12s. And if you wanted to be really fancy, you could even use a king for a 13 if you wanted to. Moving on to your 13 times tables. Maybe you could think of a role for the joker and tell your teacher next time you have a Zoom. Okay, now if you don't have a pack of playing cards, or if you want to try a different game, have a look around, see if you can find any dice. Now, very similar game, this one. You can use them for adding, you can use them for timesing. So, adding first of all. Ooh, 5 add 5 makes 10. And again, for children in year 1 and 2, use the dots to help you. If you don't know that number fact yet, you can count up the dots, which will help you with your answer. Do one more. 1 and 2 make 3. Lovely. Now, if you are doing your times tables, let me try I'll do my 3 times tables this time, I think. Now I'm going to roll both dice, so I could get any number up to 12. I'm going to add the dice together and then times it by my number. So, tell you what, if you're not feeling confident to start with, you could just use 1 dice. So, for example, 6 times 3 is 18. 5 times 3 is 15. 2 times 3 is 6. But then the next step is move on and challenge yourself. Ooh, 6, 7. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 3 is 21. You might find some numbers coming up more than others. I wonder if you can work out why that is if you're being super smart. 5 times 3 is 15. 9 times 3 is 27. 12 times 3 is 36. Okay. The other way you could use these is to times the numbers together. So roll both the dice. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 6 is 18. 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, now if you're lucky and you have another dice, you could roll 2 together and then multiply it by whatever is on the 3rd dice. And if you had 4, wow, you could really go to town, couldn't you? You could do 2 different numbers and multiply them together. So, as well as these games that I've taught you that you can play using things that you might have in the house, there's always Some Dog. Mrs. Oliver set you a challenge last week, a times tables challenge, and she is so impressed. 2/3 of the children in the school have logged in and had a go. So that is absolutely brilliant. Well done, all of you, for your Some Dog participation. Now, I'm actually recording this video on Wednesday morning, so the challenge is not yet over. I can't tell you the winners for this week, but I can tell you who's in the lead at the moment. Drum roll, please. So currently in 3rd place, we have Namaya in year 5. Well done, Namaya. In 2nd place, we have Luna in year 4. And currently in 1st place is Madhishika in year 4 as well. So brilliant work. Well done, you guys. But there are other people not far behind at all. So it could all change by the time the challenge finishes on Thursday evening. Off you go. Log on to Some Dog and have a go at the challenge. Now, Mrs. Oliver has told me she will be setting another multiplication challenge for next week. So if you haven't been able to get on this week, you can have a go at next week's. Hope this little video has given you some ideas for practicing your times tables and your Master of Maths facts in different ways, and look forward to hearing from your teachers on Zoom about how you all got on. Okay, goodbye, St Martin's.